All right, getting ready to fire up the second game of a doubleheader here. Minnesota Twins at Washington Senators, May 1st, 1966. Let's bring the crowd noise up. We'll go ahead and get the pregame out of the way. Starting, excuse me. Senators are an exciting first game of the doubleheader. Edged the Twins 4-3 in 10 innings. In the nightcap, we will have the right-hander Mudcat Grant on the mound for the Twins. Lefty Mike McCormick for the Senators. Both pitchers had fine seasons. You can see their real-life stats here. Let's see what they've done in the replay so far. For Mudcat, he's made 3 starts, 2-1 with a 4.37 ERA, 1 complete game, 22 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 14 strikeouts. McCormick has been in 5 ball games, 3 starts, a complete game. He's 1-2 with a 4.44 ERA, 24 1/3 innings. And I'm comparing him to Grant, so he has a slightly one more inning, I guess, an inning and a third more. 23 hits, 13 strikeouts. That's your starting pitchers. Grant, the righty, McCormick, the left-hander. Let's get to the starting lineups now. For the Twins, basically the same lineup as Game 1. Zoilo Versailles leading off. Cesar Tovar second. Tony Oliva in the 3 spot. Harmon Killebrew bats cleanup. Bob Allison, who finally got his first hit of the season in the first game of the doubleheader, he'll bat 5th. Andy Costco 6th. Bernie Allen 7th. Jerry Zimmerman, no relation to Robert, will catch the nightcap and hit 8th. And Grant will bat 9th. For Washington, their lineup will go Fred Valentine leading off. Ken Hamlin moves up to the 2 spot. A little different look for Washington. Ken McMullen still hits 3rd. Frank Howard in the cleanup spot. Dick Nen will play in the nightcap. He'll bat 5th. Don Locke moves up to the 6th spot. Mike Brumley will do the catching and hit 7th. Perfect hitter's card for him. Believe it or not, a 3 pitchers hitting card. And that's against a right-hander, of course. Should a left-hander come in, he will be replaced. Ed Brinkman, the shortstop, and McCormick, the pitcher, will set the Senators defensively for you. Of course, Brumley catching McCormick. Infield, Dick Nen at first, Hamlin at second, Brinkman at short, McMullen at third. The outfield left to right is Howard, Locke, and Valentine as the Senators take the field. I'm going to go ahead and get this underway a few minutes early. Had something come up, and I'll be heading out after this game. We'll go ahead and get the doubleheader in. Okay, McCormick's ready to roll. Versailles steps in from the right side. McCormick, the left-hander, the sign from Brumley. Here's the pitch to Zoilo. It's a 1-11 left-handed base hit up the middle. Versailles starts things off with a base hit. And nighttime in Long Island and welcome Jack. Versailles is a star 15 stealer. Let's check the battery now for Washington. McCormick a -1. Catching Brumley a +1, so that's a wash. 15, he'll be held on, making him a 1-13. And here's Cesar Tovar. McCormick working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Tovar. A 6-7 right-handed grounder to second base X. That's going to be Hamlin. Hamlin a 3E34. He ranges behind the bag. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 6, and he's got it. to Brinkman to Nan, double play. Oh my God, what a play by Hamlin. 4-6-3-X. Runner is erased. 2 down and nobody on. And here's Oliva. Left on left now is McCormick into the windup. Here's the pitch to Oliva. That's a 3-6 left-handed. He struck him out. So a fine inning by McCormick. No runs a hit, nobody left. Half an inning in, we are Twins nothing, Senators coming to bat. Jack says he's already feeling the withdrawal symptoms regarding no game tomorrow. And I can't read the part at the bottom. I got to put something in there. I hope I can handle it. Well, I think you can, Jack. Anyway, I'm getting in 2 today, so hopefully that kind of makes up for it. Here's Grant now, getting ready to go to work in the bottom of the first. Fred Valentine will lead it off, switch hitter batting left-handed. Grant, the sign from Zimmerman. Here's the windup and the pitch. 5-6 to the left-hander. A tapper down to first. Costco will take it himself. 1 away. The Twins just a game behind the Orioles in the American League. Washington's right there at 7-6. Some nice races in both leagues, and granted, it's very early. Here's Hamlin now, the right-handed second baseman. The pitch from Grant, a 1-8 to the righty. That's a base hit to left. Hamlin lines a single into left field, rounding, and he'll hold it first with a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Ken McMullen. McMullen has 2 home runs on the season. Grant working from the stretch now. There's the pitch to McMullen, 111 right-handed, fly to left field. Allison ranging to his right and makes the catch for the 2nd out. And that'll bring up big Frank Howard. Howard, of course, 4 home runs. Howard has no home runs, 4 RBIs. So Frank Howard still looking for his first home run of the season. And this is their 14th game. He hit 18. It wasn't the greatest year for Howard. Still a 442 slugging and 349 on base percentage in real life. 2 down, Grant from the stretch. Pitch to Big Frank on a 2-4, a tapper to short. Versailles has it. He'll go the short way to Allen, and the side is retired. No runs a hit, 1 left. And we're scoreless after 1. Just getting started here, folks. Find a comfortable chair and spend an hour or so with me on a Friday evening twilight doubleheader. Game 2 of the doubleheader. And the last game on the schedule for the date of May 1st, 1966. As we go to the second, Harmon Killebrew will lead it off for the Twins. McCormick gets his sign from Brumley now. Here's the windup. And the left-hander deals 3-6 fly ball into left field. Frank Howard's right there to make the catch. And there's 1 away. That'll bring up Bob Allison now. Allison, of course, got his first hit of the season in Game 1. He's something like, what was he? He was 0 for 12. I think he's 1 for 16 now, I want to say. McCormick, the windup, pitch to Allison. That's a 3-6 comebacker. McCormick has it. Over to Nan, 2 down. So Allison's still trying to get it figured out, and here's Andy Costco. McCormick, the windup. The pitch, a 4-5, right-handed fly ball into right field. Valentine drifting towards the gap. He's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mike McCormick. And just like that, an inning and a half scoreless. The Mudcat Grant, loosening up for the bottom of the second. The Senators will send up Nen, Locke, and Brumley. Nen did not play in the first game. Let's check his numbers. He hasn't played that much this year. He's been in 6 ball games. He's 0 for 9 with 1 RBI. So Nen also looking for his first hit of the year. Grant into the windup. Pitch to Nen, a 3-11. Pops him up right side. Allen under it. 1 down. And that'll bring up Don Locke, the center fielder. Grant gets the sign from Zimmerman now. The windup. The pitch to Locke, a 2-5 right-handed, struck him out. Oh my. Nasty pitch from Grant. And Locke is down on strikes. And here's Brumley now. Let's check Brumley. He didn't play in the first game either. He's only been in 1 game this season. He's 0 for 2. Brumley, I want to look at his card on my computer game, so bear with me. Brumley, a left-handed batter. No stealing rating and a 1 through 10 runner. I'll take advantage of that running column there on these new score sheets that Bob was so kind to send to me. And welcome, Al, Red Sox fan. Happy Friday. Brumley, a left-handed hitter with 2 down. The pitch from Grant, a 2-8, swung on and missed strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Grant. We're through 2 in a scoreless ball game. Sorry about that. I made myself another cup of coffee. Had some lunch in between games. Heated up some chicken fettuccine Alfredo I had left over from the other night. It was still pretty good. I just use the store-bought sauce. I'm lazy. The Classico Alfredo sauce. Pretty good. Bottom of the order for the Twins in the third. Allen, Zimmerman, and Grant. Bernie Allen, left-handed hitter, left on left. The pitch from McCormick. That's a 3-4 left-handed, and Allen works out the walk. So a leadoff walk to Bernie Allen. And he's aboard to start off the third. Not a threat to run. And here's Jerry Zimmerman, the catcher now. Zimmerman did not play in the first game. Let's check his numbers on the season. Where is Zimmerman? Oh my God, he's at the very top of the batting order. He's 4 for 11, 364 with 2 runs batted in. McCormick working now from the stretch. Pitch to Jerry Zimmerman, a 5-10 right-handed fly to center and shallow. Locke coming in now. He's there and makes the catch for the out. So a dying quail into center field. Locke playing shallow to begin with. Still had a rough time getting there, but get there he did, and there's one away. Here's Grant now. Right-handed batter, 3W. The left-hander from the stretch. 2-9, swung on and missed strike 3. And down goes Grant. Not all that surprising when a pitcher strikes out. Excuse me. And here's Zoilo with 2 down and 1 on. He singled his first time up to start off the ball game. Oh no, well, I'm playing them all, buddy. In order on the schedule from Baseball Reference. Okay, here's the pitch from the stretch to Zoilo. 1-4 left-handed, grounder down to third. McMullen has it. He'll throw him out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, one left on. And we're going to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. Mudcat getting ready to work. It'll be Eddie Brinkman to lead it off for Washington. Yes, Al, it is a full season 1966 replay, complete with All-Star Game and World Series. Here's Brinkman to lead it off. Grant, the sign from Zimmerman. Here's the pitch to Eddie Brinkman now, a 3-7, double to 8, and on a 6, that's going to be through to the wall, extra bases for Eddie Brinkman. So Brinkman drives one into the left center gap. It makes it to the wall. Allison gathering it up and gets it back in, but Brinkman's in with a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the third. That'll bring up the pitcher, Mike McCormick. McCormick, a decent hitting pitcher, left-handed batter, 7 with end power. He's going to swing away. And Grant's ready now. Here's the pitch to McCormick on a 1-7, swung on and missed, strike 3, and down goes McCormick. So, good hitting pitcher or not, he's still a pitcher. And Grant makes quick work of him. 1 down, and here's Valentine. Valentine grounded to first, his first time up. Switch hitter batting left. Grant into the windup. Pitch to Valentine. A 1-3 right-hander. Foul ball behind the plate. Zimmerman back. Drops the mask. And makes the catch for the out. 2 away. And Ken Hamlin will be the hitter. Hamlin singled his first time up. And now, Grant winds and deals. 2-8 right-handed, a tapper down to third. Killebrew has it. Over to Costco, side retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're already through 3 in a scoreless contest. Thank you very much. It's fun, I'll tell you. And hear words of encouragement like that just encourage me to keep with it. Not that I had any thoughts of not keeping with it, mind you. I'm hoping to get a little smoother as time goes on. But in the meantime, we've got the basics in place anyway. And here we go to the 4th, and Cesar Tovar is going to lead things off. He bounced into a double play his first time up. McCormick now. He gets the sign from Brumley. Here's the windup. The pitch to Tovar. 5-6 right-handed. Pops him up left side. Eddie Brinkman calling for it. And there's 1 down. Here's Tony Oliva now. Oliva struck out his first time up today. Tony Oliva, a marvelous ball player, of course. Left on left here. As McCormick comes to the plate, 4-7, and ball 4, he walks Oliva. So Oliva will take first on the walk. He's a star 15. McCormick a -1, Brumley a +1. Oliva will have to be held on, and that will make him a 13. And that'll bring up Big Harmon Killebrew. Oliva will not try to steal with Killebrew at the plate. Killebrew flew to left his first time up. Killebrew with 2 home runs on the season. McCormick from the stretch. The pitch to Harmon. 6-11 right-handed, a fly to right field X. That's Valentine, a 3-E8. Valentine arranging to the line. Here's the roll on the play. It's the error range, and it's a roll of a 3 on an E8. That's going to be trouble. That's a 2-base error, Valentine. Oh my, there'll be runners on second and third. E9. Oliva holds up at third. Error Washington, and the Twins are in business here in the fourth. Second and third, one down. And here comes Bob Allison. Allison trying to break out of his slump. He did get his first hit of the season, as previously mentioned, in the first game of the doubleheader. Second and third, one out in the fourth. The Senators are going to pull the infield in here. So infield in for Bob Allison. McCormick, full windup. Here's the pitch on a 110. Grounder to short, B+. That's going to be a single, 2 stars with the infield in. He rips it past the third baseman. Here comes Oliva to score. Here comes Killebrew. He'll score on a 2-star single by Bob Allison. So Bob Allison picks up his first 2 RBIs of the season, and it's 2-0 Minnesota. Allison a star 20. Held on, he's an 18. He'll have to be held on. He's going to try for that. He needs a 5. For an 18, he does not establish the lead. And here's Costco now. Costco 0 for 1. McCormick from the stretch. 1-3 to the left-hander. Pops him up left side. McMullen's right there. In foul ground. Makes the catch for the out. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Bernie Allen. Allen walked his first time up. Left on left now. McCormick from the stretch. 2-10, Tapper down to third. McMullen again. Throws him out to retire the side. However, the Twins score twice on 1 hit. There was a walk and an error. And they lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Excuse me. Bottom of the fourth will be the heart of the order for the Senators. McMullen, Howard, and Nen. Ken McMullen flew to left his first time out. Now Grant. The windup and the pitch. 2-7 right-handed. A double to 3 on a 4. He almost gets it, but he'll settle for a long single. And McMullen's aboard to lead off the bottom of the inning. And absolutely, Al, it was. It was also the year of my first Major League ball game in person. My dad took me to see, you guessed it, the left arm of God. I wish I could say I remember it, but I really don't have much memory of it. And that's a shame. And here's Howard now. Runner on first, nobody out. Howard grounded to short his first time out. Grant gets his sign from Zimmerman. From the stretch. Pitched to Big Frank, a 4-4 right-handed, a grounder to shortstop X. That's Versailles, a 2E44. This could be 2. Here's the roll on the play. On a 10, or is it a 10? No, it's not flat. That's going to be a re-roll on the 20. It's a 9. Same difference, error range. So it's an 8 on a 44. This could be trouble. Versailles boots it. 1 base error, Versailles, and Howard is aboard. So E6, the Twins make their first miscue of the afternoon. And the Senators have runners at first and second and nobody out. And that'll bring up Dick Nen. Nen popped to second his first time up. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Grant now the sign from Zimmerman. From the stretch. It's a 5-5 left-handed fly to left field and playable for Bob Allison. He's right there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. And the batter will be Don Locke. Locke struck out his first time today. Grant in a bit of a jam here in the fourth. He's got a 2-0 lead right now. He comes set and from the stretch. The pitch to Locke, 2-6 right-handed, and he walks him to load the bases. Holy crap. So a single, an error, and a walk And Washington has loaded the bases with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. They trail by 2, but they're threatening here. And here's Mike Brumley, the left-handed hitting catcher, once again, represented by a 3 pitchers hitting card. I even penciled in Brumley there so I wouldn't forget. Okay, Grant in a jam now. With 1 out, they're going to play at double play depth. Brumley, a terrible hitter. The pitch to Brumley at 2-8, swung on and missed strike 3, and Brumley goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. And man, what a big out that was for Mudcat. It'll be up to Eddie Brinkman now. Brinkman doubled his first time up today. Light hitting shortstop in real life hit 229, but he did have 7 home runs. Not to be taken lightly. Grant, full windup now. Pitch to Brinkman at 210. He struck him out. Oh my God, some clutch pitching by Mudcat. With the bases loaded and 1 out, he fans 2 to end the inning. Washington comes away empty and leaves the bases loaded. We've played 4. It's 2-0 Twins. Holy cow, Jack. Sandy went to your high school. Or you went to his. Lafayette High School. Yeah, I remember. That rings a bell. I gotta say, that rings a bell. Zimmerman, Grant, and Versailles due for the Twins here in the 5th. McCormick ready to work. Zimmerman flew out to center his first time up. McCormick, the sign from Brumley now. The pitch to Zimmerman is a 5-8 right-handed. That's a triple to 2. On a 10, that's going to hang up in center for Locke, who puts it away for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Mudcat. He struck out his first time. 3W, right-handed batter. The left-hander deals 1-7, grounder to second. Hamlin's got it. Over to Nen, and quickly there are 2 away in the 5th. And here's Zoilo. 1 for 2. McCormick studying the signs, now nodding. The windup. Pitch to Zoilo, a 5-2 right-handed. Ball 4, he walks him. So a 2-out walk issued to Versailles. He'll have to be held on now. That would make him a 13. And Tovar will be the hitter. Cesar Tovar, 0 for 2 today. Playing center field. McCormick from the stretch. Pitch to Tovar, a 5-4 right-handed. His catcher's card X. That's going to be Brumley. A 4E16. Nothing guaranteed about this one. And here's the roll on the play. On a 10, E rating. It's a 4 on a 16. E1. Error Brumley. Not all that surprising, really. So it's an E2. Versailles stops at second. Second error of the game for Washington. And that brings up Tony Oliva. Oliva with a chance to do some damage here. First and second, 2 away. McCormick studying the signs now from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 3-7 left-handed, fly to right and playable for Valentine. He's right there to put it away, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 2 left on. There was a walk and an error. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-0. And here's Mudcat now. Mudcat's been very good today. He struck out 5 so far in 4 innings. Mike McCormick will lead it off for Washington. Good hitting pitcher. Left-handed hitter 7N. The pitch from Grant, a 4-7. Tapper to short. Versailles has it. Over to Costco, one away. Here's Fred Valentine now, 0 for 2 today. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Mudcat Grant, the sign from Zimmerman. The windup on the pitch, a 4-11 to the left-hander, a tapper to second. Allen's got it. Over to Costco, and there's 2 down quickly in the 5th. Grant looking very impressive today. He's only allowed 3 hits so far, and here's Ken Hamlin. Hamlin has one of those hits. He's 1 for 2. Grant now into the windup. It's a 3-10 against the righty. It's a pop-up right side. Allen under it, and that's going to do it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Grant. We're through 5. It's Twins 2, Senators nothing. The Twins would really love to get a win here. That was a very tough loss for them in Game 1 of the doubleheader, 4-3 in 10 innings. As McCormick gets ready to go, it'll be Killebrew, Allison, and Costco for Minnesota. McCormick's only allowed 2 hits himself. He's been very good today. His defense let him down there in the 4th. In fact, both of those runs are unearned. Let me mark that. An out, a walk that should have been the second out. Single, even if it was 2 stars, that's first and third, and that would have been the third out. So yes, both of the runs unearned. And McCormick really has matched Grant pitch for pitch, and here's Killebrew now. McCormick into his windup. The pitch to Harmon. 1-8, he draws the walk. And Killebrew is aboard to lead off the 6th. Killebrew, of course, very slow. In fact, you've got 2 of the biggest men in the game, maybe the 2 biggest men in the game at that point in time. Harmon Killebrew and Frank Howard. And here's Allison. Allison 1 for 2. Drove in both of the runs so far, the only 2 runs of the ball game to this point. McCormick now working from a stretch. Pitch to Bob Allison, 5-12 right-handed, is a grounder to third base X. That's McMullen. McMullen, a 3-E-24. He's moving to his left. Here's the play on an 8 error range. It's a 6 on an E-24, and McMullen can't handle it. It's going to be an error on Ken McMullen. Oh my, and the Twins are in business now. E5 for the Senators, their 3rd error of the ball game. And the Twins have first and second, nobody out. And McCormick's got to feel a little snake bit by his defense here. But he's a pro. He's going to bear down. And here's Andy Costco, 0 for 2. He gets the sign from Brumley now. From the stretch, here's the pitch, a 1-4 left-handed. Grounder to short. That's going to be 2. Brinkman to Hamlin to first. Double play. Just what McCormick needed. Killebrew will take 3rd on the play, of course. And with 2 down, it will be up to Bernie Allen. Allen 0 for 1. He walked once. McCormick trying to get out of another jam here. Runner on 3rd. 2 away. Left on left. And here's the pitch. It's a 5-4 left-handed. Catcher's card X. That's Brumley again. 4-E-16. Pass ball, possibly. Here's the roll. 14. Pass ball and pop out. A run's going to come in on that pass ball. Another unearned run. McCormick against McCormick. So the pass ball charge to Brumley. And then Allen pops out, Brumley making the play. But another run for the Twins, an unearned run. And they take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the 6th. So some sloppy play on the part of the Senators has largely resulted in a 3-run deficit here. And they'll send up the heart of the order once again, McMullen, Howard, and Nen. McMullen's 1 for 2 so far. Grant into the windup now. Here's the pitch to McMullen. 1-6 right-handed is a fly ball to center. Tovar is right there. Makes the catch, 1 down. And here's Big Frank. Hondo, yes sir. 0 for 2. The recently deceased Frank Howard, R.I.P. Mudcat Grant into the windup. Pitch to Big Frank, a 5-6 right-hander. Pops him up left side. Versailles is under it. And quickly there are 2 down in the 6th. Grant's sailing along now, and here's Dick Nen. Nen's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grant gets his sign from Zimmerman. Here's the windup. Pitch to Nen, a 2-8 right-handed single to timber on a 12. That's going to be... Allen makes a diving stop. Up with it and throws him out. Nice play, Allen. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mudcat. Through 6, it's Twins 3, Senators nothing. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Friday. Evening time back in New York, right? Back east, it's, well, not just New York, east in general. It's about 7:30 there. Sun gone down. 43 gloomy and windy here in Spokane as we approach 4:30 in the afternoon. Jerry Zimmerman will lead it off for the Twins here. McCormick ready to go. Gets the sign from Brumley. Here's the pitch to Zimmerman. 5-6 right-handed. Pops him up on the left side. Brinkman has it. 1 away. Grant will bat. He's got a 3-0 lead. Right-handed hitter. McCormick into the windup. 2-9 struck him out. And Grant goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. 2 down quickly, and here's Zoilo Versailles. Zoilo, 1 for 2 with a walk. 1 for 2 with a walk. McCormick into the windup. It's a 4-8 right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3, and McCormick finishes the inning with a flourish. A 1-2-3 inning for Mike McCormick, 2 strikeouts. And we stretch for the 7th. Excuse me. Don Locke will lead it off. Locke 0 for 1 with a walk. Grant into his windup. Pitch to Don Locke, 2-6 right-handed. He walks him. Lead-off walk to Locke. And I've got to tell you, I'm thinking of pinch hitting for this Brumley. This is pretty ridiculous. Basically the equivalent of a 3 pitchers hitting card. On the other hand, let's check something here and see if they had another catcher. You wouldn't bring in Camille, who caught the first game of the doubleheader. They could bring in Paul Casanova, however. In fact, he could bat and catch. Why not do that? Let's get this nameless Brumley out of here. And we're going to bring in Paul Casanova. I realize they probably wouldn't do this in a real game, but I mean, what fun is that card? And they need to get something going anyway. Casanova, a much better catcher, a 2E8 with a -1 arm, for one thing. Lock on first, not a threat to steal. Grant an S8 as far as endurance goes, so that's not an issue. And here's Casanova. Let's put something in there so I remember that. Brumley whiffed in both of his appearances and looked foolish in the field to boot. So here's Casanova now taking over for him. Grant from the stretch. Pitch to Casanova. That's a 3-6. Double to 3, but on a 13, that's going to hang up in center for Tovar. He drifts over and makes the catch, 1 down. And that'll bring up Eddie Brinkman, the shortstop. Steady Eddie's 1 for 2 today. Doubled and struck out. And a big shout out to Dan Douglas and Jimmy Jam in the house. Grant from the stretch. Pitch to Brinkman is a 2-6 right-handed. Grounder to short. That's going to be 2. Versailles to Allen to Costco. Double play. 6-4-3 and the side is retired. And Mudcat Grant sailing along through 7 with a 3-hit shutout so far. At the end of 7, Twins 3, Senators nothing. And this will certainly be McCormick's last inning of work regardless, as he's due to lead off in the bottom of the 8th. Tovar, Oliva, and Killebrew for Minnesota. McCormick. Gets the sign from Casanova now. Pitch to Tovar, a 2-11 left-handed. Foul ball behind the plate. Casanova back. Handles it easily for the out. Makes me wonder why Brumley was in there in the first place. You guys probably noticed in some cases where they had a reasonable amount of at-bats, I would print up a card from the computer version of the game. Brumley, so bad and so few at-bats, I didn't even bother. So here's Oliva now with 1 down, left on left. The windup, the pitch from McCormick, a 3-2, and he hits him. Holy crap, Oliva drilled. Not happy about it as he jogs down to first base. A star 15 Steeler, he'll have to be held on. Or maybe he won't. Casanova a -1, so he'd be a 13 not held. They'll elect to not hold him on. He'll be a 13. And guessing correctly that he won't be going and taking the bat out of Killebrew's hands in this situation. Killebrew 0 for 2 with a walk. McCormick an S6 as far as endurance goes, and now we have action down in the Washington pen. Bob Humphreys, the right-hander, throwing. Here's Killebrew now. McCormick from the stretch. It's going to be a 5-8 to the righty, a triple to 2. That's going to hang up in center on an 18. Lock in position. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Allison. Allison standing in from the right side. Here's the pitch. There goes Oliva, 1 to 13. Casanova's throw. He's out. Oh, my goodness. Oliva trying to steal and get in scoring position with 2 outs, and he's gunned down on a perfect throw from Paul Casanova. So caught stealing Oliva ends the inning. Allison left standing at the plate. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 3-0 Twins. And the 8th will begin with a pinch hitter from McCormick. So McCormick, a fine 8 innings. He deserved a better fate. He only allowed 2 hits, and he's on the hook for the loss. No earned runs. He walked a few, 4. He walked 4 and hit a batter. And he struck out 2, 4, looks like. Humphreys will come on in the 9th. Humphreys a right-hander. We'll get him ready. Or he'll get ready, I should say. Yes. Yes, I'll blame it on the Casanova. And let's see who they're going to pull off the bench here now. They're going to give Don Mincher an at-bat. Now I should save Mincher. No, he's fine. Mincher will be the pinch hitter. So pinch hitter, Mincher, just enough room to write that in. Let's see what Mincher's done on the season. He didn't play in the first game either, but he's hitting 300, 12 for 40. He leads the Twins with 5 home runs. Wait a minute, that's the wrong frickin' team. What am I doing? I beg your pardon. What the hell am I doing here? Well, I know who's going to hit for Washington. It'll be Jim King. Jim King won the first game with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th. So, of course, he's going to be the first guy that Gil Hodges goes to here. Grant, in his first inning of potential fatigue, as he gets the sign from Zimmerman and the pitch to King. Can he do it again? 1-7. No, he can't. Swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes King. 1 out, and back to the top of the lineup, Fred Valentine. Valentine 0 for 3 today. Senators are running out of outs. Grant pitching a gem from the windup. Pitch to Valentine, a 2-5 right-handed. He rips one into the right center gap. That's going to roll to the wall. Valentine rounding. He's in there with a 1-out double. And now there's action in the Minnesota pen. Nolan Howard. Jim Perry gets loose down there. He didn't pitch in this game in real life, but he did pitch in game 1 in real life and was not used. I won't go to Al Worthington again unless it's an emergency situation. So Valentine on second, 1 out. And here's Ken Hamlin now, 1 for 3 today. Grant studying the signs, the windup and the pitch. 1-9, right-handed, single into left field. It's an open single. Valentine can try to come around and score on that. Allison's a 0. Valentine a 16. Should be automatic, but trailing by 3, they're going to hold him up and not take any chances. They need more than 1 here. And I can hear the groans, but I hate giving up outs on the bases, especially needlessly, for 1 run when you're trailing by 3 and you've got the heart of your 2 best power hitters, McMullen and Howard, coming up. 1 more hitter walk will fatigue Mudcat. He's pitched a hell of a game so far, trying to gut it out now. Runners at the corners and 1 out. Infield at double play depth, and here's Ken McMullen, 1 for 3 today. Mudcat Grant from the stretch. To McMullen, a 3-5, a grounder to third, and that's going to be 2. It's Killebrew to Allen to first, double play. Oh man, now I'm wishing I'd have sent him. At least they might have had 1. No runs, 2 hits. 1 left. What a deflator that was for Washington. Here's Humphreys now coming on to pitch the 9th. Fine season in relief, 2.82 over 112 innings. In the replay, he's been in 4 ball games. He's pitched 8 scoreless innings, allowing only 3 hits and has a save. So there's 1 relief card that has overachieved in the small sample size thus far. And it will be Allison, Costco, and Allen for the Twins in the 9th. Humphreys now gets the sign from Casanova. Pitch to Bob Allison, 1-3, a base hit into center, and Allison's finally starting to hit. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game, his 3rd of the season, all 3 coming in this doubleheader. Star 20, he'll have to be held on. Humphreys a -1, Casanova a -1, he'd be in 16 held. And here's Costco. Humphreys now working from the stretch. They already trail by 3. Pitch to Costco, a 2-5 right-handed, struck him out. And you can see by the circles that almost all of the strikeouts today have been on the hitter's cards. Very unusual so far since I've been tracking that. 1 down, and here's Bernie Allen, 0 for 2 with a walk. Humphreys gets the sign now. Pitch to Allen, a 5-11 left-handed fly to right field X. That's Valentine. He's a 3-E8. As he races towards the line, the roll on the play is an 8, error range. The roll is a 6 on an E8, and it's a 2-base error by Valentine. Oh my goodness. E9, Allison to third. For Washington, their 4th error of the ball game, and they really have no one but themselves to blame for their 3-run deficit. 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. Now they have to pull the infield in for Jerry Zimmerman. Zimmerman 0 for 3. Humphreys trying to keep it a 3-run difference. He's in a jam here. The pitch to Zimmerman, 4-7 right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3, and a crucial strikeout there by Humphreys. And they're going to let Grant try to go for the complete game. He's pitching a shutout. 0 for 3, struck out twice. Right-handed batter. Pitch from Humphreys, a 2-8, swung on and missed strike 3, and Humphreys with some clutch pitching gets out of the error-created jam and keeps the game 3-0. So nice job, Humphreys, and welcome Larry Harris. Yeah, you're catching the end of a twin bill today, Minnesota at Washington. Washington won the first game 4-3 in 10 innings on a walk-off homer by Jim King. In this one, 3 unearned runs for the Twins, 4 errors for Washington, a very sloppy game for the Senators. And Grant's on the verge of a shutout. He's only allowed 5 hits. He'll have to get through Frank Howard, Dick Nann, and Don Locke if he's going to do it. And here's Howard to lead it off. Howard's 0 for 3 today. Grant gets the sign from Zimmerman now. The wind-up, the pitch to Big Frank Howard. 6'10 right-handed, fly to center field X, that's Tovar, a 3-E2. Tovar ranging to his right. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 7. He makes the catch for the out. Nice play, Tovar. Oh, my. And there's 1 down. That'll bring up Dick Nann. Nann 0 for 3 today. Washington running out of outs here. Grant looking for the shutout. Gets the sign. Now the windup. The pitch to Nan, a 1-6 fly to right. That's going to be playable for Oliva. Easy play for Tony. He's got it, and the Senators are down to their last out. And it'll be Don Locke. 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Grant smelling that shutout as he gets his sign. The windup and the pitch to Locke. 1-8 right-handed. Swung on and missed strike 3, and Mudcat has done it. A complete game shutout for Mudcat Grant. Mudcat with the win. He improves to 3-1 on the season. McCormick, the hard luck loser, drops to 1-3. I'll have the totals for you here in just a moment. Mudcat ended up allowing only 5 hits, no runs. He walked just 2 and struck out 3, 5, 6, 7. So a beautiful game by Mudcat Grant. He's going to be your chief Spokane Gary player of the game. Either that or the Washington defense. Take your pick. Humphreys in his inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. So the totals for the Twins, 3 runs on only 3 hits, all 3 runs unearned again. They made an error. Washington, no runs, 5 hits. They made 4 errors in the ball game, and that was the difference. Defense was the difference today as the Twins blanked the Senators 3-0 for the split in the doubleheader. They improved to 9-4 and moved back to within a half game of the Orioles for first place. Washington ends up where they started at 500 as they dropped to 7-7. This was the end of the date, May 1st, the last game on the schedule. Thanks, Dan. Glad to help out, buddy. Oh my goodness. I'll be visiting the family tomorrow, but I'll be updating the stats. I'll do another stat broadcast sometime either tomorrow evening or before Sunday's game. And Sunday's game, there are no games Monday, May 2nd, mind you, which is far cry from the way the schedule is now. There's one thing about today's game, the schedule, they've done a much better job spreading the games out and giving the players a little more rest. And of course, you'll have a short schedule, a limited schedule on Monday and Thursday usually, but there's never a day when there aren't any games. But here, back in '66, there were 0 games played on Monday, May the 2nd. The first game, Tuesday, May the 3rd, is the Phillies at the Braves. Jim Bunning for the Phillies, Clay Carroll for the Braves. That'll be Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Please join me for that. In the meantime, thank you for joining me tonight. Have a pleasant evening and a great weekend, everybody. Thanks again, and good night.